Hello friends, and welcome to your FriYay Pick a Card with me, Intuitive Rene. Today is Friday the 13th of November 2020, and as much as we are recording this with Superstitions on Friday the 13th, please know that this video and these readings and these pick a card is relevant to you at any time that you watch this video. So the topic is superstitions because it is Friday the 13th, but we're not specifically dealing with Friday the 13th as a superstition. We've got quite a few others that we're going to be working with today as well. So I do hope that you enjoy your readings. And for those of you who are finding me for the first time, hello and welcome to you. And to those of you who are regulars on my channel, so much gratitude and happiness to have you here with us today, with me today. And for those of you who are part of my YouTube channel membership, my Insight Club, it's really awesome to have you with us. And I'm so excited and so happy that there's so many of you that have chosen to join the club. All that information is down below if you are interested. So today, Friday the 13th of November 2020, and as I said to you, our topic, our theme for today is going to be superstitions. So what I have in front of us here is I have got 6 superstitions that I have chosen to work with today, and each superstition I have sort of unpacked into a question, and to get us some interesting guidance and interesting readings for each one of you today. So if you haven't done a FriYay with me before, how does it work? What do you expect? So basically what it is I have a couple of piles. In a couple of minutes I'll put an image on the screen, and all you've got to do is choose which bundle, which pile, which grouping you are drawn to, and that grouping will have an awesome reading for you. So then what we do is we go through the questions and we draw cards and we interpret, and hopefully we offer some guidance, some inspiration, some motivation, and some happiness into your life. Right, so let me tell you as well the decks that I'm choosing to work with today. I really struggled with this one because, I've got a few decks to choose from, and I always try and choose a deck that is appropriate to the theme. So being superstitions and being Friday the 13th, I was going to use my True Black Tarot, but it just, that deck is just so awesome. It really is. It's just one of my absolute ultimate favorites, but it doesn't camera very well. It's a bit disappointing. It's so beautiful, but when I sort of did a sample, and it didn't camera very well. So unfortunately True Black got put back on the shelf, and instead we are going with bright yellow, gold gilding, bright yellow, and this is the Shadowlands Tarot. So Shadowlands is also a little bit superstitious. It's also a little bit Friday the 13th-ish. So I'm sure it's going to give us the perfect messages. And then I am pairing it with the Spellcasting Oracle, because spells and superstitions and all that stuff. So that's what we are working with today. So friends, let's stop gibbering and jabbering, as we know I can do, and let's get straight into it. So on screen now, you will see an image of the bundles that are available to you right now. All I ask you to do is to take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Let out all your stresses, let out all your worries, let out all your cares and concerns, and just bring yourself into the present moment. Bring yourself into the now. And look at the image that's on screen and ask yourself, which of these seems to be calling you in? So once you know which bundle you're going for, once you know which bundle has the reading, the message, the inspiration that you need, if you look in the timestamps in the description below, you can go straight to bundle 1, bundle 2, bundle 3, whichever one it is that you are drawn to. And I hope you have an awesome reading. I hope it gives you the guidance, the inspiration that you need. Yeah, we'll see you there. Hello friends, and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 1 as the bundle that has the message, the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome. So today our topic is superstitions. It is Friday the 13th, the day that I released this video, but it doesn't mean that this video is only appropriate for Friday the 13th. This video is appropriate at any time. Whenever you find it, whenever you use it, let it give you what you need. So what I've done is I've actually taken quite a few different superstitions that I know about, or whatever it may be, and I've written them down in front of me, and with each one I have associated a question. And I'm going to be using my Shadowland Tarot, and I'm also using the Spellcasting Oracle to give us some guidance and some inspiration. So we've got 6 questions, 6 things that or questions that we're going to be focusing on today to give you some awesome readings. So let me get shuffling. And as I do each week, as I shuffle the cards, we ask Spirit, we ask the angels, and we ask our guides to step forward. We ask that the cards that we draw today give us the reading, the messages, the inspiration and guidance that we need for everybody who chooses this bundle, for everybody who watches it, whenever it is that you watch it. We're asking for protection and guidance throughout the reading, and we're asking for it to be relevant in your life and to give you the assistance that you need right here and right now. And so it is. Okay, so I have shuffled, and as I said to you, we're working with and we're talking about superstitions today. So the first, oops, there I go, the cards are being put all over the place. So the first superstition that we're dealing with is black cat, and I have to start with the black cat because I've only ever had 2 cats in my life, and both of them have been black cats. So, and we all know people are petrified of having a black cat cross their path, and because that's what we're always afraid of with a black cat. We're always worried about when a black cat crosses your path, like, oh, it's going to bring bad luck. It's going to, what is it bringing when a black cat crosses your path? So the first question we're asking today is, what is crossing your path right now? Okay. So as I shuffle, let me draw one. What is, whoops, that card went literally flying across the room, but I'm not going to stop and pick it up because I'm just a bad shuffler. So what is crossing your path right now? So what is crossing your path right now? We have the Page of Pentacles. You can see why I chose the Shadowland Tarot, because it is a little bit quirky, it is a little bit unusual, and it is a little bit superstitious, and I just love it. So let me put it in front that you can get it clearly. Look how cute it is. Okay, so Page of Pentacles. What is the Page of Pentacles? What is the message of the Page of Pentacles? Remember, the question we're asking is, Black Cat, what is crossing your path right now? And the Page of Pentacles is telling you that you might be finding yourself in a little bit of financial troubles, financial worries, financial fears, financial concerns. There may be a little bit of kind of uneasy feeling with regards to money and finances right now. That is what's crossing your path. That is what is occupying so much of your thoughts, so much of your time, so much of your energy. What this card is also saying to you is that it's all about learning. It's all about recognizing growth. It's all about recognizing progress, okay? Recognizing that things are not always going to be the same way. Life is all about evolution. Life is all about change. It's all about advancing and becoming a better person, okay? And with regards to our finances, as we evolve and change, so do our material circumstances, so do our financial circumstances and situation. So the Page of Pentacles, with regards to what is crossing your path right now, the Page of Pentacles is telling you that you've got to learn to adapt to your current circumstances, learn to adapt to your current situation, and realize that you are in control. Don't feel as if you are just the victim all the time. Don't feel as if you don't have the control, because you absolutely do. But sometimes when things aren't quite going the way we're used to, we can panic and fear a little bit, and that fear feeds the circumstance, and then the situation gets worse. When we take control of the situation, we feel a lot more confident, we feel a lot stronger, and we're able to be more in control. So if you look at him, he's got his little pumpkin bucket in his hand, and he's also got a little nunu in his other hand. Okay, so his hands are full, and he's like wondering, now, how do I pick up these books that are here on the floor, right? How do I pick them up? And it's like, well, hold a second. My pumpkin's actually a basket. So if I took the lid off, I could store things inside it. So instead of worrying about the situation, instead of being overly concerned about how do I do stuff with my limited resources, the Page of Pentacles is saying, hold a second, look at your resources and see how you can adapt your resources to be more appropriate for your needs. Okay, so it's about learning how to handle your current situation, learning how to handle your current circumstances. So what is the Black Cat bringing into your life? What is crossing your path at the moment? A little bit of financial concern and a little bit of financial worry. Right, so I'm going to leave that card on the table, and I'm now picking up the deck again because we've got lots to get through today. Question 2, or should I say our second superstition that we're going to be focusing on, is when you walk under a ladder. Okay, so when you walk under a ladder, you know, everybody says to you, if you walk under a ladder, you know, you're attracting bad luck, you're attracting all sorts of things. So we always have to go out of our way to avoid walking under a ladder. Okay, we all do that. We all will walk around the ladder. So the question that I have for this particular superstition is, what are you avoiding in your life at the moment? Okay, so the walking under a ladder superstition, the question is, what are you avoiding in your life right now? Let's see what we get. Okay, taking that card over there. Gosh, we've got another pentacle, 6 of Pentacles. But let me put it front and center that you can see it. So the 6 of Pentacles is about gift giving. And I mean, here you can see we have our 2 little creatures, our 2 little characters. They are each offering gifts, exchanging gifts with another. And you can see it goes all the way down to the bottom here, all this gift giving that is taking place. So what are you avoiding at the moment? You're avoiding sharing yourself. You're avoiding putting yourself out there in front of somebody else, being seen, being exposed, and having to deal with and have this kind of interaction with other people. And again, you know, I understand that completely, but you need to understand that right now in your life, it is the time to be seen. It is the time to stand and consult and interact and participate with the people in your life, okay? So this is not just about family and friends. It could be colleagues, it could be work situation, it could be anything. So whatever it is that you're dealing with in your life at the moment, okay, what are you avoiding at the moment? You're avoiding putting yourself out there. So if you are, for example, and just to use it as an example, if you are currently looking for employment, if you are currently looking for a job opportunity, you may be going through all the motions of looking for a job opportunity, but you're not putting yourself out there. You're not letting people see you. You're not letting people hear you. You're just seeing an opportunity and thinking, oh no, that's not going to work for me, or I won't get that job, and you're leaving it and you're moving away instead of actually applying and putting yourself forward. So what are you avoiding at the moment is putting yourself forward and having that exchange with somebody else. And you need to not be so afraid of that, because you know, that gift that may be offered to you, the gift that you give and the gift that you receive, the gift that you receive may be amazing. It may be exactly what you need in your life right now. So find the confidence, find the courage to put yourself forward and to participate in the gift giving, participate in the exchange. And when I say gift giving and exchange, it doesn't necessarily mean an actual gift, okay? Remember, communication and relationships and experiences are always 2 ways. What you give something, you receive something. Okay, it doesn't always have to be a gift, it doesn't always have to be a present, but recognize that you have to be an active participant in the circumstance. And that is what you are avoiding at the moment, is actively participating. Okay, so this is what you need to be working on. Okay, putting that one on the table in front of me. I'm quite enjoying this. This is exciting. Picking up the deck again. And now question 3, or our superstition number 3, is the broken mirror. We know broken mirror, if you smash or drop or break a mirror, you get 7 years of bad luck or whatever it is, okay? And often when mirrors do break, often when mirrors do crack or shatter or whatever it is, it's because we don't like what we're looking at, okay? You know, you hear people say that you know, if they look into a mirror, the mirror is going to crack and break and all the rest of it. So the question we have around this particular superstition is, what are you not seeing in your life right now? What is it that you are subconsciously or even consciously choosing to ignore or choosing to turn a blind eye to? So the broken mirror superstition, what are you not seeing that's right in front of you in your life right now? Let's see what we get. This card is jumping out at me. Ace of Wands. And you know what, the story that we're picking up here is making a lot of sense. Let me put it there that you can see. Look how awesome it is. So Ace of Wands is about creative opportunities and creative beginnings. So there you are sitting on this huge big hand. There is fire everywhere. The fire is passion. The fire is excitement. The fire is all of those awesome opportunities and things. And there you are, so involved in your own little world, playing with your own little matchstick and your own little fire, that you don't even notice all the other opportunities and the bigger flames that are around you. So the Ace of Wands is talking about new endeavors, new creative expressions, and new creative opportunities that are around you. So what are you not seeing? Is you're not seeing the opportunities for success, the opportunities for happiness, and the opportunities for passion that are right there around you. Okay, so you need to be focusing on that. You need to be opening your eyes and looking. Don't just look at your own little matchstick that you're holding. Look at the bigger picture. Look at everything that's going on around you and see the opportunities that are there, because you are clearly blinded to that, and you're so focused on the problems and the challenges and the situation that you're in that you're not seeing everything that is happening around you. So broken mirror, what are you not seeing? You're not seeing the creative opportunities that are right there before you that you can use to better improve your circumstances and your life. I like that. Okay, question 4, superstition number 4 is the knock on wood. And you know what happens is everybody says, oh, knock on wood. To knock on wood is almost like to set it in motion, or to to anchor it in, if I can put it that way. So we knock on wood when we want to make sure that something is safe, that we're not putting a negative out there. We knock on wood to secure something, okay? And security to me is protection. So the question that I've come up with the knock on wood superstition is, where are you protected in your life? And it'll probably be quite a surprise, because you may feel it's the one place where you are vulnerable. You may be feeling vulnerable in this location or in this situation in your life, in the circumstance, and it's the one place where you are protected. It's the one place where you are secure. So we're asking Spirit, where are you protected in your life right now? Let's see what we get. Where are you protected in your life right now? Oh, I like it. We got the death card front and center so that the camera focuses on it. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, this deck is just stunning. So this is you over here, all right? This is you over here, and you are being held protectively, lovingly in the hands of this bird, okay? And it is the death card. You have just hatched, oopsie, you have just hatched out of the shell over here. You can see underneath them, that orange there is the bottom half of the shell. So you have just hatched, you have just birthed, you have just come out into the world, all right? And remember, the question we were asking here is, where are you protected? Well, you are protected in your whole life, in absolutely everything. If you were still here next to the broken shell, then you're exposed, then you're vulnerable, then you have absolutely no protection. But this mommy bird, okay, this mommy bird has seen you hatched and has picked you up and is lovingly holding you, keeping you safe and keeping you protected. So you may be feeling like you're all alone. You may be feeling like you don't have the protection, you don't have the security, you don't have the support that you need, but you truly are supported. You truly are protected. But we often feel whatever you feel is often the opposite of what's actually happening in your world. So where you're feeling most vulnerable, where you're feeling most fearful, most afraid, most exposed, is actually the place where you are most protected. So knock on wood, where are you protected in your whole life? In your whole life. It doesn't mean you can go out there and be reckless. It doesn't mean you can go out there and be silly, okay? It doesn't mean that at all. But just know that you are not alone. You are not walking this journey on your own. You are protected, you are loved, and you are secure. You are being taken care of in the times when you are most vulnerable. The death card, let's just go there for a second, okay? Because the death card, it doesn't mean dying. But if you think about this little character, right, let me get it back into focus. If you think about this little character, his world was quite comfortable and quite okay while he was still in the shell. But now he's broken free from the shell. So his old world has come to an end. His little safe cocoon of being inside that shell has come to an end. Now suddenly his whole world is opened up. His whole world is expanded. So he's feeling incredibly vulnerable, but that is the dying. It's the dying of the shell life and the birthing of the new life. And that's what the death card is all about. It's about letting go of what the world we used to know and stepping into a new. Just like when humans are born, we have 9 months of being in the uterus. We have 9 months of being protected and taken care of in this cozy and comfortable place. Going through the birth canal and birthing, it's painful, it's scary, it's stepping into the unknown, it's coming into the unknown, it's not knowing what's waiting for us. And it's the dying of the old, and it's the alive and the birthing of the new. And that is what the death card is all about. It's about transition, it's about change, it's about growth, it's about evolution. So, knock on wood, where are you protected in all your new endeavors, in all aspects of your life? You are never alone, you are safe, and you are protected. I love that. I think I've said that about all the cards so far, haven't I? All right. I want to say question number 5, superstition number 5. Because today is actually Friday the 13th, we are looking at the 13th floor. So we all know that a lot of buildings don't have a 13th floor because it's considered bad luck. It's considered not a good thing to have. And generally, most buildings skip the 13th floor. So the question that I am asking around the superstition of the 13th floor is, what do you need to skip in your life right now? Okay, so what are you focusing on? What are you, like, where are you trying to move into that we need to actually skip? So where's your 13th floor that we need to skip and avoid in your life right now? So let's shuffle and draw a card for the 13th floor. What do you need to skip and avoid in your life right now? Sorry, let me do front and center that the camera focuses on it. Okay, so it is the Eight of Swords, and I just, it all makes total sense when I look at all the cards that I have out here in front of me, and included with that is the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is about feeling trapped, about feeling caged in. So he feels like he's imprisoned by all these feathers that are around him. You can see he's got the blindfold on. You can see he's got all sorts of other things stopping him from flying away. So he's feeling trapped, he's feeling enclosed, he's feeling cocooned, he's feeling stuck, he's feeling all of these kind of things. But the truth is that he's not being held captive, he's not being trapped, he is actually being protected. So it goes back to the Death card again, okay? So what is it that you need to skip? You need to skip the feeling of everything being against you. You need to skip the feeling of feeling cocooned, feeling trapped, feeling held hostage, feeling caged, however you want to word it. You've got to skip that because it's not true. If you look at these, I mean, feathers can't keep anybody trapped. Feathers can't keep anybody caged in. Feathers are so soft and so gentle and so easy to push away. So when he removes the blindfold and spreads his wings a little bit and he moves the feathers out the way, he's going to see that they were actually just keeping him safe. They were protecting him. They were not causing any harm. They were not trapping or cocooning him. So you've got to remember, we're doing 13th floor. What do you need to skip? You need to skip the mindset of feeling trapped or feeling stuck or feeling caged or feeling cocooned or feeling whatever. You need to skip that and move on to the rest of your life. So we have got one question left, okay, one superstition left. But before we get on to that one, the black cat, what is crossing your path? What is crossing your path is financial troubles, financial concerns, financial worries, but you need to understand that you have ways and abilities of changing it. You need to just look at what you're carrying. You need to look at what you have and use them to your advantage. Use the tools, the things, the items, or whatever that you have, the money that you already have, to improve your circumstances and to change your life. Walking under a ladder, what are you avoiding? You are avoiding sharing and giving of yourself and sharing with others. And this is something that you must stop avoiding, and you need to put yourself out there. Connect with everybody around you. Our third superstition was the broken mirror. What are you not seeing? You're not seeing opportunities that are right there in front of you. You're not seeing creative opportunities and creative endeavors that will help you improve and change your life. And the fourth one, knock on wood, where are you protected? Well, you are protected when you are most vulnerable. In whatever it is that you're doing, where you are most vulnerable, that is the protection that you have. And the protection is your entire life and not just one aspect or one portion of. You are protected in your entire life. And finally, 13th floor, what do you need to skip? You need to skip this feeling of feeling vulnerable, feeling afraid, feeling like the whole world is against you, feeling like you are trapped and caged. You need to skip that because it is not true of your real situation. So I am now going to pick up the Spellcasting Oracle, which is such an awesome deck. I love the backs. They're so pretty. And this is going to give us our sixth superstition. And our sixth one is a positive one, and it is the wishbone. And we all know that we look for the wishbone, and we know that we can share it with somebody else. Whoever gets the bigger piece of the wishbone, when we break it, they get their wish granted. They get their wish comes true. So from the Spellcasting Oracle, I'm asking, what wish should you be focusing on in your life right now? What wish, what guidance, what inspiration from Spirit should you be focusing on? Which wish is going to be granted for you? So let's see what we get. Look how beautiful these cards are. Aren't they gorgeous? Right, so it is the card of dreams, okay? So Spellcasting Oracle is telling you that your wish, whatever it is that you dream of, whatever sits here in your heart, whatever it is that you were so longing for, the dreams, the things that you're really hoping for, that wish is granted. It is granted. Here and now, you've got my words from my mouth to your ears, from my lips to God's ears, however you want to say it, your wish is granted, okay? And it is whatever it is that you dream of, whatever it is that you truly long for, whatever it is that you truly desire, your wish has been granted. But you need to clear out all these other superstitions. You need to clear out all these other obstacles in your way in order for your dreams to be granted. How absolutely awesome. Let's just look at that. Look through that window. And through that window is another whole universe full of opportunity, full of success, full of joy, full of happiness. And it's yours. It is yours. Grab it, take it, work it, have it, enjoy it. So friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, I hope you enjoyed your reading. And if you did, please can I have a thumbs up? And I would, as always, love to hear from you in the comments below. Have an awesome weekend. Have an awesome day, whenever it is that you are watching this video. And remember to connect with me. Remember to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. And if you are interested in joining the Insight Club, would love to have you with us. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, you take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 2 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance and the inspiration that you need in your life. Welcome, welcome. You can see I'm shuffling already. I'm such an eager beaver. So today we are looking at superstitions. So this video is being launched or published, released on Friday the 13th of November 2020, but the reading will be applicable anytime that you watch it, anytime that you find the video. That is absolutely fine. But because it's Friday the 13th, I thought it would be fun to play with superstitions. And I know some of us are really, really superstitious and some of us aren't. But anyway, what I've done is I have got on the table here in front of me, I have got 6 superstitions that I want to work with today. And what I've done is I've looked at each of the superstitions and I've looked at what the superstition stands for, how we feel about it, how we usually understand it, and then I've sort of from that pulled out some questions. So I have got a question for each of the superstitions that we're going to be working through to give you a really awesome message and reading today. I am working with the Shadowland Tarot, and I have partnered and paired it with the Spellcasting Oracle because we're working with superstitions. So let's get straight into it. Right, I'll tell you, bundle 1 was such fun. I so enjoyed that, and I'm sure bundle 2 and 3 are going to be just as awesome. So as I shuffle these cards, we're asking our spirit guides, we're asking for spirit, we're asking for our angels, we're asking for our ancestors, we're asking for everybody to draw near us today. We're asking that the cards that we draw give us the message, the guidance, the reading, and the inspiration that we need in our lives right now. We're asking for clarity and understanding. We're asking for protection as we do this reading. And we're asking that this reading be relevant and appropriate and applicable to every single one who watches it, whenever it is that you do watch it. And so it is. Okay. So as I continue to shuffle, our first superstition that I'm going to be working with is the black cat superstition. And the reason why I had to use this one is because I've only ever had 2 cats in my life, and both have been completely pitch black. And they are just so awesome. I just love my black cats. And, you know, a lot of people are very afraid of a black cat crossing your path. You know, the superstition goes that if a black cat crosses your path, you're attracting all sorts of negative. So the first question that we're asking today, oh my word, I threw that card right on the floor. The first question that we're asking today is what is crossing your path right now. Okay, so for all of you watching right now, for bundle 2, what is crossing your path right now? That is the black cat superstition. What is crossing your path right now? Let's see what we get. Oh, we have got the Lovers. Let's put it there that you can see. So you can see that this particular deck is a little bit quirky, a little bit different, a little bit strange, a little bit amazing. So the Shadowland Tarot, the question is black cat superstition, what is crossing your path? And it is Lovers. And if you look at this card, so here we have one person, here we have another person, and there is an offering of love that is taking place. I love this light or this candle that's on their head. It's showing that they are illuminated. It's showing that they are bright. It's showing that they are making themselves visible. You can see that they have this like glowing aura about them. And this little character over here is wearing a crown. So you are one of these 2. And the opportunity, or what is crossing your path at the moment, is the opportunity to connect with another person. So we know Lovers, we understand the romantic interpretation of that. But I'm going to say to you that this card doesn't only specifically relate to romance. It doesn't only specifically relate to relationships. It could be your connection to anybody, a connection to a work situation, a connection to a child, to a sister, a brother, a sibling, a parent, and anybody. So what is crossing your path right now, what is causing a little bit of challenge in your life right now, because we are looking at superstitions, is your connection with another person. So we're going to ask you today to be mindful of that, to be mindful of your connection that you have with others. And, you know, looking at this one, there's definitely this offer of emotion, this little red balloon that's been offered. So clearly there is a problem between you and somebody else. There is an issue. Let's not call it a problem. Let's let's call it an issue between you and somebody else, and there needs to be this offer made. There needs to be this offer of, can we be friends? Can we make up? Can we reconnect? Okay, so let me put it there again that you can see. And I love how their little hands here are actually touching. They're accepting. They're accepting the offer that's been made. Okay, and they are connecting on a level that they haven't connected on before, which is really, really awesome. So the black cat, what is crossing your path? A situation with another person that needs to be fixed, that needs to be mended. Right, we're going to leave it like that. Picking up the deck again, and we're going into superstition number 2. And superstition number 2 is walking under a ladder. And you know what happens is, again, we all know that it's bad luck to walk under a ladder, especially if a ladder is up against a building. We will go all the way around it, okay? We will do anything we can to avoid walking under a ladder. So the question that we're asking with this particular superstition is, what are you avoiding in your life at the moment? What are you walking all the way around to avoid? What is the situation, the circumstance, the emotion, the whatever it is? What are you avoiding in your life at the moment? So walking under a ladder is the superstition. The question we're asking is, what are you avoiding? And the card that we're getting is the Nine of Wands. These cards are so gorgeous. I just absolutely adore them. So the Nine of Wands is such an interesting card because here he is. He's surrounded by all these candles. He's surrounded by all this light. But look at him sort of sitting and almost hiding behind them. And there he's got his nose in a book. Look at the bandage across his face, okay? You can see over here he's got a bit of a bandage over his face, over his eyes. So he's feeling a little bit wounded. But he's also not dealing with his wound, okay? He's got a bit of a bandage on, but you can see the bandage has not been put on very well. It's sort of just been slapdash put on. He's hiding behind this light. So he's got all these candles standing there behind him. So they're giving off light, and light attracts people. So everybody's looking at the candles, everybody's noticing the candles, but they're not seeing what's behind the candles. And what's behind the candles is him. He's feeling a little bit vulnerable. He's feeling a little bit bruised. He's feeling a little bit like he's got some pain and agony. But all he's doing is he's avoiding dealing with that. And he's got his nose in a book and he's reading. Okay, so walking under the ladder, what are you avoiding? You are avoiding dealing with your pain. That's all I have to say. You are avoiding, and you know what? I get it. I totally get it. We don't want to face our deep, darkest pain and hurt and disappointments and all of those kind of things. We don't want to do that. So we would rather put a little plaster on it and distract ourselves and move on to something else. And it's probably been working for you for a very long time. But we're getting to a point now, especially when I want to just put that closer. If we look at, if I could get the camera to focus, if we look at this candle here, you can see the wax that's dripping off. You can see the wax that's running off. So what's happening now is the candles are getting lower and lower and lower, and we've been hiding for such a long time. We have been hiding from facing our truth for such a long time that we stand quite a strong chance of getting burnt. And nobody wants to be burnt, okay? Nobody wants to be burnt. So going back to the question, walking under a ladder, what are you avoiding? You are avoiding dealing with your hurt and dealing with your pain, which makes sense with this card, because this card was telling you what is crossing your path, a situation with another person that needs healing, that needs mending. And we are obviously avoiding that as much as we possibly can because we are afraid to look under the bandage and to see the hurt that's there. Okay, this is getting interesting. So now we're going to go on to superstition number 3, and superstition number 3 is the broken mirror superstition. We know that if we break a mirror, if a mirror shatters, if we drop it, if we break it, if it cracks, whatever happens to the mirror, if something horrible happens to the mirror, we know that we end up with 7 years of bad luck. So again, we all do our best to avoid the broken mirror. So the question that we're asking with regards to the broken mirrors superstition is, what are you not seeing in your life right now? So what are you not seeing in your life right now? What is broken right in front of your eyes? What are you avoiding to look directly at because you're afraid to see what is there? So what are you not seeing in the broken mirror in your life right now? Okay, putting it there so that we can see the card. Let the camera just focus on it. Please, camera, focus. Pull it away, put it back. There we go. Good, camera. Right, we have got the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man, you can see he is very comfortably hanging from a branch. He's very comfortably hanging from a tree. I have to just point out that the tree is full of fruit, it's full of acorns, it's full of prosperity, it's full of happiness. He doesn't look like he's suffering in any way, okay? The Hanged Man card is about looking at things from a different perspective, looking at things from a different angle, and seeing things in a whole different light. So you're obviously, in your life at the moment, you're afraid to look at things from a different perspective, okay? Because remember now, we're doing the broken mirror. What are you not seeing? And you're seeing everything. You're expecting everything to be the same as it always has been. You're expecting everything to just be the same way as it's been for the last however many years it is. And we have to understand, especially now in this particular year, with this, the way that this year has gone, we have to understand that nothing is the same. Everything is different. Everything has changed. Everything has evolved. And it's important that we look at things from a different angle. It's important that we look at things from a different perspective in order to gain better understanding of the circumstance, the situation, and the life that we're leading. So you're afraid to do that. You're afraid because let's be honest, we don't like change. We're human. We don't like change. We like things to stay the same, but things are not staying the same. Things are changing. Things are evolving all the time. And it's important that we allow ourselves to look at things from a different angle, different perspective to see. And you're obviously not wanting to do that. And I understand that. We do. We totally understand that. But it is important that you do. So, broken mirror. What are you not seeing in your life at the moment? Well, you're not looking at things differently. You're expecting everything to be the same, and it's not. So we need to please look at things from a slightly different perspective. Okay, so picking up the deck again, we're now going to do superstition number 4. And superstition number 4 is the knock on wood. So, you know, often when we say something and we're as soon as we say it, we think, oh, okay, I want to retract that, or I want to make sure that it doesn't happen, or I want to make sure that it is safe, that it is protected. We often say knock on wood. Knock on wood is a way of securing the positive and avoiding the negative. So knock on wood, where are you protected in your life at the moment? Where are you guided? Where are you protected? Where are things working out really well for you? So where are you knocking on wood? Where do you need to knock on wood? Where are you protected in your life? And let's just see what we get for you. Okay. So here we have the 5 of Wands. Let me put it closer so that you can see. Look at that. I mean, everybody's fighting with everybody. Everybody's attacking everybody else. There's chaos and mayhem all over the place, all right? And the 5 of Wands, it's exactly that. It's the card of chaos. But it's also a card that's saying to you that there is chaos. There is drama. There is fighting. There's all of conflict. There's all of that kind of stuff happening around you. But what's important to understand with this card is that it's happening around you and not to you. Okay, so the conflict and the fighting and the chaos and the everything that's going on around you, you can't do anything about it. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. You can't put an end to it. You can't fix it. All you have to do is just pull yourself out of the situation. Just retract a little bit, pull yourself out of the situation and let them have it. Let them carry on with it. You don't have to be a part of it. Okay, the conflict and the chaos and the fighting and the whatever else that's going on around you, it's not your fight. It's not your problem. All right, so knock on wood, where are you protected? Well, in the conflict, in the chaos, in the fighting, in the drama that's around you, you are protected, you are safe. But it's also saying you don't have to be a part of it. You don't have to stay. If it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't make you happy, if it doesn't bring any kind of resolution or purpose to your life, don't stay. Pull yourself out of the situation and leave. You don't have to stay in the conflict, okay? And this is the knock on wood. This is where you are safe. This is where you are protected. You don't have to fix it. It's not your fight. Withdraw, pull away, and leave other people to it. You've got other better things to worry about, okay? Right, so that's your knock on wood. I like it. Now we're on to superstition number 5. Superstition number 5. Let's shuffle the cards. So superstition number 5 that I'm working with today is 13th floor. And we know that a lot of high-rise buildings don't have a 13th floor, okay? A lot of high-rise buildings will avoid the 13th floor because the 13th floor is supposed to be bad luck. It's supposed to be all of those kind of things. So generally speaking, a lot of buildings skip the 13th floor. A lot of people skip floor 13 completely. Even house number 13 is sometimes avoided. So what are you skipping in your life? What is it that you need to skip in your life? What is it happening in your life at the moment that you need to skip? What do you need to avoid? What do you need to move around of? What do you need to skip past in your life at the moment? Let's see what we get. We have Ace of Pentacles. Let me put it closer so that you can see. Can you see Ace of Pentacles is a huge big hand offering this beautiful, let's call it crystal ball. And down here at the bottom, we have this tiny little person here who's looking at it and saying, hey, is that for me? Is that for me? So the huge big crystal ball is what is being offered, is what is being presented, is what is there right in front of you. And the big crystal ball is talking about new opportunities. Sorry, camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. So the big crystal ball is offering you, think of it as a big coin, think of it as a big piece of money. It's offering you a big opportunity. So you may be presented with something that seems absolutely fabulous right now. There may be an offer that's pending for you at the moment. There may be an offer that you're negotiating at the moment. There may be something that you're dealing with at the moment that seems too good to be true. And if it seems too good to be true, it often is. Okay, and remember the 13th floor. This is your 13th floor. This is what you need to skip. This is what you need to avoid. The opportunity that is being presented to you at the moment, the opportunity that is being offered to you. Look at the size of the opportunity versus the tiny little character. Okay, it's telling you that this opportunity is too big for you. It's telling you that it's too big to be true. It's telling you that there's a lot more to it than you can see, and it's telling you that you need to skip it and you need to stay away from it. All right. And I know when we are facing difficulties and challenges and an opportunity like this comes along, we feel like, oh, well, this is our answer to everything. This is our prayers being answered. But please understand that this particular situation that this card is referring to in your life right now is only going to cause more trouble than it's worth. So rather skip it, rather avoid it, rather stay away from it and be safe. I like that. Okay, so let me just put these cards all nicely in front of me. So we've got one more superstition that we're going to work with, but I'm not going to use Shadowland Tarot for that. I'm going to put Shadowland away. And before we go on to superstition number 6, I want to just recap. So superstition number 1 was the black cat. What is crossing your path right now? A situation with another person is what's crossing your path right now. A situation that needs mending, that needs repairing, that needs fixing. It needs an offer of some kind. So there needs to be an exchange between you and this other person in order to mend and repair and to fix the relationship. So that is what is crossing your path right now. Walking under a ladder, what are you avoiding at the moment? You are avoiding dealing with your pain and discomfort. You are avoiding dealing with the things that are not working for you. You're avoiding dealing with whatever's bringing you pain and discomfort. We need to deal with it because remember, that candle's burning way down. We're about to get burned, okay? So it's time to face the things that scare us and make us feel vulnerable. The broken mirror, what are we not seeing? We're not seeing the opportunities. We're not seeing things from a different angle. We need to be looking at things from a different angle, different perspective. We need to realize that nothing in life is the same as it used to be, and we need to be looking at things through different eyes in order to see it for what it truly is. And knock, knock on wood, where are you protected? You are protected from conflict and strife and struggles and difficulties. You need to step away and you need to walk away from it. Don't try and fix it. Don't try and mend it. Don't try and be the superhero. Leave that for somebody else. You withdraw yourself and you go and focus on you, okay? And then our 5th one that we did is the 13th floor. What do you need to skip? What do you need to avoid? The opportunity that seems bigger than life, the opportunity that seems too good to be true actually is too good to be true. So skip it, avoid it, and keep yourself safe. All right. So now we are going to, if I can pick it up, we're going to use the Spellcasting Oracle. The backs of the cards are so pretty, aren't they? So Spellcasting Oracle, and this is for our superstition number 6. So superstition number 6 that we're focusing on today is the wishbone. And we all know when we use the wishbone with friends and family over a good meal, and we normally, share it with somebody. We each pull, and whoever ends up with the bigger piece or the bigger piece of bone is the one that gets their wish granted. So what wish is Spirit granting for you right now? What wish are you needing to focus on? What wish has been granted for you? What wish do you need to focus on? What wish that you have or that you need to have in your life is important and significant for you right now? I love it. Commitment. Just look at that. Just look at that. The 2 birds, notice the 2 birds are opposite. Notice it's the white and it's the black, or it's the white and it's the brown. It's the 2 opposites that are coming together and they are knotting. They are creating that Celtic knot. They are making that knot of commitment. They are making that knot of compromise. The knot of commitment, the knot of compromise, the knot of love. I am going to say to you, remember, what is crossing your path right now is a relationship that needs mending, a relationship that needs an offering, a relationship that needs to be fixed, okay? And the wish that is being granted, or the wish that you need to focus on, is the wish of commitment. So, and I know we're saying to you to stay away from this huge, skip this big opportunity, but skipping this big opportunity doesn't mean that there isn't one for you. Skipping this big opportunity doesn't mean that you now go without. It means being selective of the opportunities that we do take, being selective of the opportunities that are right for us. And know that when you make that commitment on this opportunity, when you allow yourself to commit to this, Spirit are saying to you that the wish that's been granted for you is the wish of commitment. And commitment means forever. Commitment means lifetime. So whatever you do commit to, that is in your heart and soul, the wish that you want for yourself, it's going to last a lifetime. So it's better to give up on this one that seems to be too good to be true, because this is short-lived. This one's going to probably explode within the next 5 minutes, and you don't want to be part of that. Whereas whatever is coming for you, whatever is actually out there for you, is going to give you a lifetime of happiness, a lifetime of joy, and a lifetime of success. So, friends, those of you who chose bundle 2, I do hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope that it helped. I do hope that it just helped to clear the cobwebs around your superstitions and around the issues in your life at the moment. If you enjoyed this reading, please can I have a thumbs up from you? And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification so that you get all the notifications of any new videos that I post. And if you are interested in joining the Insight Club on YouTube, the information for that is all in the description below. And from my heart to yours, you take care. Hello friends, and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the message, the guidance and the inspiration and the reading that you need in your life right now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today we are talking about superstitions. Today we're talking about Friday the 13th and superstitions and how they relate to our lives. And I am working with the Shadowland Tarot, and I am also working with the Spellcasting Oracle to bring some awesome readings to each one of you. So let me get started. Let's shuffle the cards and see what we get. So as we shuffle the cards, we ask Spirit, we ask our guides, we ask our angels, we ask everybody, our ancestors, to draw near. We ask them to surround us in love and protection. We ask that the cards that we draw today be the cards that we all need, the cards that are appropriate and applicable, that give guidance, give inspiration, give motivation, and give just understanding to every single one of you watching right now, whenever it is that you watch this video. We're asking for love and protection from Spirit, and we're asking that the cards be relevant and appropriate, and so it is. So, superstitions. We like them, we don't like them. Some of us live our lives by them, and some of us don't. What I've done today, oh my gosh, I am shuffling so badly today, as always. What I've done today is I have chosen 6 different superstitions that I want to work with today. And what I've done is I've looked at each of the superstitions and I've sort of said, right, well, what does that superstition mean? How do we normally behave around it? How does it normally interfere or show itself or present itself in our lives? And what is the meaning of the superstition in a very roundabout, gentle kind of way? And then I've pulled out of that a question. So we have got 6 questions that we're working with today. And I've picked the Shadowland Tarot because it's a little bit fun, it's a little bit quirky, it's a little bit strange, it's a little bit superstition-ish. All right. So let's shuffle and let's start. Superstition number 1 that we're going to be working with today is the black cat. And I had to go with the black cat as a superstition because I've only had 2 cats in my life, and both cats have been pitch black and they've been absolutely awesome. I love my black kitty cats. So the black cat, and you know, a lot of people are petrified of a black cat crossing your path. If a black cat walks in front of you, people generally tend to panic and think, oh my gosh, bad luck coming. So what is crossing your path right now is the question I'm asking for superstition number 1, which is the black cat superstition. So superstition number 1, what is crossing your path right now? What are you dealing with right now? What is happening right in front of your eyes? What is crossing your path right now? And we get the King of Swords. So as you can see, these cards are a little bit quirky. Just want to make sure I can get it into focus for you. So these cards are a little bit quirky. These cards are a little bit strange, a little bit dark, a little bit awesome. I just absolutely adore them. So here we have He's in his business suit. He's sitting at his desk. He's got his quill. He's got his pen. And he's sitting at his table and he is working hard. He's putting all the effort in. So he's all about, our King of Swords here, he's all about working. He's all about achieving. He's all about strategizing. Look how big his crown is. He's all about strategizing. He's about coming up with methods and processes and answers. And, you know, he's all about this kind of thing. So for you at the moment, what is crossing your path at the moment is you may be feeling like, I want to just stop. I want to just take a minute and I want to think. I want to strategize. I want to plan. You may be feeling very much like you want to get everything in order. Because King of Swords, that's what he's about. He's about structure. He's about discipline. He's about order. But it starts here and then it goes into the physical world. So you may be feeling like that at the moment, okay? And if you're not feeling that way, then this is something you have to do. All right? This is something that you have to do. You have to, King of Swords, you have to get your life in order. You have to plan, you have to strategize, you have to come up with the processes, you have to put everything in place so that you can have a solid plan. You know, we are now getting towards the end of this year. We are now moving into a new year. And maybe this is the perfect time for you to start thinking about how the next year is going to go for you. Maybe you need to start strategizing, and maybe you need to start thinking and contemplating, what do you want to do next year? How are you going to do it? What needs to happen before the next thing can happen? It's all about planning, budgets, all of those kind of things, strategies, plans, and budgets. So for you at the moment, what is crossing your path right now is this planning. It's this creating a structure, creating an opportunity, creating a structure and opportunities that are going to help you achieve everything that you need. So it's time to put pen to paper. It's time to strategize and to put it all down. Okay, so I'm going to leave that card on the table. I'm picking up the deck again. So superstition number 2 is walking under a ladder. So we know walking under a ladder brings us bad luck. So we will do anything we can to avoid walking under a ladder. You know, I've seen people, when there's been a ladder on the side of the building, they walk all the way around. They will walk an extra however many meters just to avoid walking under the ladder, because they know as soon as you walk under that ladder, you're attracting bad luck. So what are you avoiding in your life at the moment? What is your ladder that you're avoiding and walking all the way around? So, walking under a ladder, the question we're asking is, what are you avoiding in your life right now? Let's see what we get. What are you avoiding in your life right now? Okay. Put it there that you can see it. Got to get the camera to focus on it. There we go. So here we have the Page of Pentacles, and just look how cute he is. So here he have this little person over here represents you, and he's got two things. He's got a little pumpkin basket that he's holding, and he's got this other little Nunu, this other little friend, this other little creature over here, and he's looking at these books down here, and he's saying, oh, I want to pick them up, but my hands are full. Okay, so there's things that he wants to do, but he doesn't have the tools to do it, and his hands are full, and he can't think how else to do it. If only he looked and saw that this particular pumpkin, sorry, I've lost focus, this particular pumpkin is a basket. It has a lid. So if he pulls this lid off, he can stick the books inside the basket, okay? So what are you avoiding at the moment? What are you avoiding is you are avoiding doing the things that you have to do. He needs to pick up the books. He needs to handle the things that are going on in his life. Page of Pentacles, let's forget about this particular image. Page of Pentacles is telling you that you need to get control of your finances. There's things that you need to do with regards to your material possessions and with regards to your finances, and you're feeling a little bit uncertain as to how, okay? That's what this card is about. It's about uncertainty on how to handle your finances, how to handle your material possessions. That's what's going on here, okay? So what are you avoiding? Well, you're avoiding making the decisions and carrying out the actions to get control of your circumstances, your finances. And the reason why we're afraid of it, the reason why we're avoiding it is because we're afraid of making a mistake. We're afraid of doing it wrong. We're afraid of doing it the wrong way. You know, it's human. We are petrified of making a mistake. We're petrified of doing something the wrong way because, oh my gosh, we've got to do everything right. There's so much pressure. Society puts so much pressure on us that we have to perform at our peak, at the best. The only answer is the right answer, and the pressure is so overwhelming. So you're avoiding this because you're afraid of failing, because you're afraid of doing it wrong, or you're afraid of not getting it right the first time. And you know what? There's no right or wrong way here. There's no rules here. So the Page of Pentacles is all about learning as well. It's all about figuring things out for yourself, and this is exactly what you need to do. okay? So instead of walking all the way around, instead of avoiding it, let's actually tackle it head on. Let's move the ladder. Let's take the ladder down. Let's tell whoever put the ladder there to take it away. Let's deal with the situation that's in front of you at the moment. And for you, it's got to do with your finances. It's got to do with handling your finances in a way that works for you. There's no failure. The only failure is avoiding. All right? Did you get that? The only failure is avoiding. Let's not avoid. So don't ignore the ladder. Don't walk around the ladder. Let's deal with the ladder. Right, I'm picking up the deck again. And superstition number 3 that we're working with today is the broken mirror. We all know that if a mirror breaks, if a mirror shatters, if a mirror cracks, if something mirror drops and something happens to the mirror, we get 7 years of bad luck. So what we do, what does a mirror do? A mirror reflects. A mirror is something that we look into to get an image of ourselves, to see what we look like. So what are you not seeing in your life right now? Where do you in your life, where do you have a broken mirror? Let's have a look and see. So where in your life do you have a broken mirror? Where are you not seeing clearly? What are you not seeing? What is not being, what are you avoiding looking at in your life? What are you not seeing in your life right now? Oh, wow, another king. Okay, let me put it front and center so that it zooms in and clears. You can see. So here we have the King of Wands, and you can see the fire. You can see the fiery energy. Look at all the animals. Look at all the animals that are down here. There's a bird and there's a snake, and I can't see what that is over there. But there's all these animals that have come forward and looking for inspiration and looking for guidance, looking for a little bit of help. So remember, kings are all about control. Kings are all about dominance. Kings are all about rules and structure and all of these kind of things. And this guy's got to do with the stuff that we do. So he's the person. So just to go back to our King of Swords that we had here, he's about strategy. He's about mental, mind kind of circumstances and situations. So he's controlling the mind. He's controlling the plans. He's controlling the strategies. Our King of Wands here, he's the one who's telling people what to do. He's the one about physical action. He's saying, right, go out there and do that. Go there and do this, pick that up, move it over there. He's about the physical, okay? So what are you not seeing in your life? You're not seeing the things that you're actually doing, the things that you're actually achieving. You're not seeing, you're not looking at yourself in that way. Okay, so your mirror is so broken that you cannot actually see the things that you're achieving. You cannot actually see the things that you're doing and doing well. So you need to actually look in that broken mirror. You actually need to pick up that broken mirror and look at it and take a long, hard look at yourself and see that you're actually doing so much. And what's interesting about this particular card, if I can get the camera to focus on it, again, is all these little creatures, all these little characters that are coming forward here, that are right over here. They're all coming because they think you're amazing. They think you're fabulous. They think that you're doing really well. So what you're not seeing is how people rely on you to tell them what to do, to tell them, and you've got to realize that you're doing really, really well, okay? But you're not giving yourself the credit. You're not seeing it in that way. You're not allowing yourself to see yourself in that way. You're just so super self-critical, and I know we all are. We're all critical of ourselves. But you've got to realize that all of these little characters, all of these little creatures, so many people in your life rely on you to give direction. And you give direction really well, but you don't see that. You don't see that. And you know what? I can almost guess that those of you watching this right now, those of you who chose this particular reading, who chose this particular bundle, you're the kind of person who always attracts broken people with problems, people with challenges, people who always come to you and offload and expect you to give advice, expect you to tell them what to do. That's you, okay? I'm almost guaranteed of it. And sometimes we are so used to being that person that we forget how significant and important we are. So what are you not seeing in your life right now is how important, how significant, and how needed you are. Give the direction, give the instruction, guide people and help people, and feel confident about it. I love that. Absolutely love that. Right. Let's go on to superstition number, I need to check 4. Okay, so superstition number 4. And this one, the superstition that I've chosen, superstition number 4 that I'm focusing on today, is the knock on wood superstition. So often we say something and then we almost try and prevent it from happening by saying, oh, knock on wood. And if we knock on wood, we almost put some protection around the situation to make sure that it doesn't happen. Knock on wood is our security or our safety button, if I can put it that way. Okay. So the knock on wood is, where in your life are you protected right now? That's the question we're asking. With everything everything that's going on in your life. Where are you protected? Where do Spirit need you to know that you are safe and that you are protected? With everything going on in your life at the moment right now, where are you knocking on wood? Where are you protected? Queen of Wands. We've got a whole Wands family coming through here. Look at her, isn't she gorgeous? But it's interesting. Okay, so here's my black cat. Yay, got the black cat. We've got a little flower over there. And there she stands. She's wearing her robe. She's looking absolutely fabulous, but we can't actually see her face. All right, she's not, as much as she has arrived and as much as she is there, because queens are all about nurture, queens are all about taking care of, queens are all about being the mothering, nurturing kind of character. So she's the person who helps. We've got our king who tells people what to do. She's the one who comes through and she helps and does it with them. Okay, so where are you protected is in carrying out the instructions, carrying out the things that you want to do. But what's interesting here is that we don't see her face. She's taken her long hair, she's put it in front of her face, and she's not revealing herself to everybody. And maybe this is what you need to be doing in your life. Maybe you need to be helping and guiding other people without actually showing yourself. Maybe you need to be more quiet and more reserved and more in the background. Or it's a case of actually show your face. All right, so you'd have to see what's applicable in your life, what's applicable to your circumstances. But there's something about revealing yourself, either hiding your true identity or revealing your true identity, depending on what's applicable and appropriate to you. But the Queen of Wands is about showing up. Okay, she is about showing up, but it's how you show up. Are you needing to show up in a way that everybody sees you, or are you needing to show up in a little bit more quiet and reserved way? So where are you protected? In the showing up. And it's something that needs to happen. It's something that is relevant and applicable and appropriate to your life right now. So show up, pitch up, help and guide people, help them to do the things that they need to. So you are the support. You are the person who helps people do the things that they need to. Doesn't mean you do it for them, okay? Notice I'm pointing my finger at you. It doesn't mean you do it for them. It doesn't mean that you have to let them sit on the couch while you do everything. No, no, no. You need to be that silent support that guides and helps them to do the things that they need to do, because it's their journey. You're the support person. You're the person who guides and assists, and that's all. So this is where you are protected. You are also protected from doing the things for them. So Spirit will often stop you from helping too much, because that's not what it's about. It's not about you doing it for them. So the people in your life who are maybe constantly coming for guidance and support and assistance and questions and whatever, maybe it's time we stopped helping them. Maybe it's time that we put the hair in front of our face so that they can't see us, so that they are now have to do things for themselves. And maybe that's exactly what they need, okay? It's not for you to do it for them anymore. Right, I like that. So picking up the deck again, now we're on to superstition number 5. Superstition number 5, and this is the 13th floor. So we know a lot of high-rise buildings often don't have a 13th floor. A lot of houses and a lot of other things will often not use number 13, because number 13 is considered bad. It's considered bad luck. So what that means is that, like, a high-rise building will often skip the 13th floor, okay? A lot of places will skip the number 13 completely. A lot of restaurants, for example, won't have a table number 13, so they skip the number 13. So what do you need to skip in your life right now? What's going on in your life that you need to skip? What needs to be skipped, like we skip floor 13? Let's see what we get. So what do you need to skip in your life right now? Ooh, discretion. And here we have this beautiful owl. Look at her little red shoes. Aren't they just the cutest? She's in full flight. She's looking around her. She's very aware of what's happening on the ground. She's very aware of what's happening around her, but she's using her discretion in deciding where she's going to go. She's using her discretion to decide if she's landing or if she's going to carry on flying. So she is using her own discretion to decide on her own outcome. So for you, what do you need to skip? And it's telling you that you need to recognize, use your own discretion and decide for yourself when an opportunity, a circumstance, a situation is relevant for you. When do you need to go in and help? Or when do you need to just tell them what to do? And when do you just go past? Just keep flying. Use your discretion, okay? And it's telling you that you can use your discretion in deciding what you want to skip and deciding where you want to help and deciding what you want to do. And don't feel guilty about it, because this is the other problem that we have is us humans. We often feel so guilty when we're not assisting and guiding and helping people all the time. We feel like, okay, now we're just a failure. Now, you know, society puts a lot of pressure on us to always be that person. But Spirit is saying to you, you don't have to be all things to all people all the time. No. Use your discretion and help those who really need the help those you want to help, and help those who, by helping them, you're actually helping yourself. It's about using your discretion and deciding what's actually relevant for you and what isn't relevant for you. And don't feel obligated to be all things to all people all the time. You can skip over some people. And again, I'm going to go back to, and actually let's do this. I'm going to do a bit of a recap now because I feel like it's important. I'm just looking at the time. I've been talking for a long time. Okay, so our black cat that we had, okay, what is crossing your path right now was the King of Swords, telling you that it's time to put your ideas onto paper. It's time for you to start strategizing and deciding on what you want to do with your life, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, and who you're doing it with and who you're doing it for, okay? So what is crossing your path right now? Plans and strategies. Walking under the ladder, what are you avoiding right now? Well, you're still trying to figure out how to do stuff, okay? And you're trying to avoid making a mistake. You're trying to avoid doing something the wrong way and then being judged and belittled for it. So you're avoiding carrying out basic instructions like picking up a pack of books. The broken mirror, what are you not seeing? Okay, the broken mirror, I just want to try and get it into focus. Sometimes I have to do that. So what are you not seeing right now is you're not seeing all the people that are leaning on you. You're not seeing all the people that are looking at you for guidance, looking at you for direction, looking at you for assistance. You're not seeing how important and significant you are in their life, and how much people rely on you. I think that's actually the big thing, is how much people rely on you, because people do. They rely on you too much for their own lives. Instead of taking responsibility for themselves, they just hand it all over to you. Knock on wood, where are you protected? You are protected in the way that you help other people. And it's learning about revealing yourself or keeping yourself hidden. It's about knowing when you can help and guide and assist others, and when it's just better to leave them up to their own, okay? Don't feel obligated to always do things for everybody else. You are protected in that you don't have to do it for everybody else. You don't have to be the one that carries everybody all the time. And the fifth one, 13th floor, what do you need to skip? Well, you can skip anything that no longer serves you. Skip things that don't bring you joy, don't bring you happiness, don't bring you comfort, or don't do anything positive for you. Look at your little red shoes, decide where you want to go, and go, okay? Don't worry about the people that are on the ground. Don't worry about the people that are being left behind. They're not your problem anymore. You have to focus on you, and that's the only thing that matters. So, we're not done. We still have one more, but I am putting Shadowland Tarot away, and for our sixth superstition, I'm going to be using the Spellcasters. So, Spellcasters Oracle, such a pretty deck. So our last superstition number 6 that we're working with today, as I shuffle these cards, is the wishbone. And we all know what the wishbone is. It's when we're celebrating with family and friends and we find the wishbone and we share it with somebody else. We snap the wishbone, and whoever ends up with the bigger piece gets their wish granted. So from the Spellcasters Oracle, we're asking Spirit, what wish has been granted for you? What wish do you need to focus on? What wish is coming for you? What wish is yours that has been granted by Spirit for you? What is coming your way? Let's have a look and see what we get. What wish has been granted for you? What wish is significant? What wish do you need to focus on right now? Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. New beginnings. So through the archway is a whole new world, a whole new reality, a whole new everything, and it is amazing. So friends, let's get the camera into focus. It's not going to. It wants me to show you the card. It doesn't want you to look at me. All right. So friends, for you, the wish that has been granted for you is the wish of new beginnings. So it is, again, it's confirming. Let's put the attention into our plans. Let's put the attention into our strategies. Let's stop doing things for everybody else and start doing things for ourselves. Stop doing things for everybody else and start doing things for yourselves, because new beginnings are coming your way. But you need to create them. You need to decide on them. You need to put them into motion. You need to act on them. Okay? New beginnings are yours. It's the wish has been granted. Spirit have granted this wish. It is done. It is done. New beginnings are coming, but you need to drive it. You need to control it. You need to navigate it, and you need to make it happen. So friends, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you enjoyed everything that Spirit has given you here today. If you did, please can I have a thumbs up from you, and I would love a comment from you below as well. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell notification so that you are informed every time I upload a video. And if you'd like to join our YouTube Insight Members Club, information is all below. We'd love to have you on board. So with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again, you take care.